Welcome back to the Velvet Scholar. Tonight, we are stepping away from the noise of the modern world, traveling back more than 5 centuries to sit beneath a canopy of stars on the open, endless ocean. Before we begin our journey into the quiet night of 1492, take a moment to settle in. Adjust your pillow. Let your shoulders drop and release the tension you have carried all day. As we prepare to drift away, I invite you to share a quiet moment with our library community. Wherever you are listening from tonight, what time is it for you right now? What part of the world are you settling down in? And what thoughts are you gently letting go of? Feel free to leave a soft comment below when you are ready. Now, take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Close your eyes. Let us begin. Imagine the deep, absolute darkness of the Atlantic Ocean in the middle of October in the year 1492. There are no city lights on the horizon, no satellites in the sky. There is only the vast, ink-black water below and an endless, brilliant field of stars above. For over 30 days, 3 wooden ships, the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, have floated through this immense emptiness. To the men on board, it feels as though they have sailed off the edge of the known world, drifting into a quiet eternity. Inside the captain's quarters of the Santa Maria, a single candle flickers. Christopher Columbus sits at his wooden desk, surrounded by hand-drawn maps and parchment. The room smells of dry ink, old paper, and beeswax. Outside his window, the ocean sings a steady, rhythmic lullaby, a soft, repeating splash of water against the heavy oak hull. The sailors on deck are quiet. The initial excitement of the voyage evaporated weeks ago, replaced by a heavy, drifting silence. They spend their nights watching the stars, listening to the wind fill the great canvas sails. The wind is steady, cool, and soft, carrying the crisp chill of the autumn night air. On this particular evening, the air begins to change. It is subtle at first. A sailor on watch takes a deep breath and notices a new scent drifting across the salt water. It does not smell like the open ocean. It smells of rich, damp earth. It smells of sweet, unseen flowers and tropical trees. It is the breath of a distant, hidden world, carried on the night breeze. Then, a small sign appears in the dark water. A carved piece of wood, smoothed by the gentle waves, floats past the hull. A green branch, still holding fresh leaves, drifts by in the moonlight. The ocean, which had felt so empty and infinite, is whispering a secret. Land is near. Hours pass in quiet anticipation. The moon hangs high and silver in the night sky, casting a soft, shimmering path across the calm waves. The 3 ships move like shadows through the water, their tall masts swaying gently against the stars. At exactly 2 hours after midnight, a sudden shout breaks the silence from the bow of the Pinta. Tierra! Tierra! Through the silvery mist of the moonlit night, a dark outline appears on the horizon. It is not a mirage. It is the low, sleeping coastline of a new world. But Columbus does not rush to land. The sea is dark, and the coral reefs are dangerous. Instead, the 3 ships drop their heavy iron anchors into the deep, quiet water. They decide to wait for the morning light. For the next few hours, the world stands still. The sailors sit along the wooden railings, staring at the dark silhouette of the land just a mile away. The tension of the long journey melts away into absolute relief. They listen closely. Across the water, they can hear the faint, comforting sounds of the land, the gentle rustle of palm trees in the night breeze, and the distant, rhythmic crash of waves on a sandy beach. As the deep blue of the night slowly softens into the pale violet of dawn, the true beauty of the island reveals itself. The morning of October 12th arrives not with a roar, but with a golden, misty sunrise. The water around the ships changes from ink black to a brilliant, clear turquoise, so transparent that you can see the white sand far below. The air is warm and heavy with the scent of a pristine paradise. From the green, lush forests of the island, the local people emerge. They are the Lucayan Taino. They walk out onto the white sand beaches, watching the strange, winged wooden ships with quiet curiosity. For centuries, their lives have been perfectly intertwined with the rhythm of this island, the tides of the ocean, and the warmth of the sun. When Columbus and his men row their small boats to the shore, the first meeting is remarkably peaceful. There is no loud conflict in these first hours. There is only wonder. The Taino step forward with open hands, offering gifts of spun cotton, green parrots, and fresh water. The Europeans offer small glass beads and brass bells that chime softly in the tropical breeze. The languages are completely different, yet the soft tone of their voices speaks of mutual amazement. The sailors step onto the solid ground, their boots sinking into the cool, powdery sand. After weeks of the tilting, unstable deck of a ship, the earth feels remarkably still, safe, and welcoming. They walk beneath the shade of massive, ancient trees, listening to the soft, unfamiliar songs of colorful birds waking up for the day. For this one brief day, time seems to pause. The heavy weight of history has not yet changed this paradise. It is simply a quiet island, surrounded by a calm, turquoise sea, where two different worlds stand on the sand, looking at each other in the soft morning light. The ships now rest quietly in the harbor. The sails are rolled up. The long journey across the dark ocean is complete, and the world is at peace. As the sun begins to set on that historic day, casting long, purple shadows across the white sand, we return to our own quiet rooms. The ocean waves continue to roll, steady and calm, just as they did 500 years ago. Before you drift off into a deep, peaceful slumber, I want to thank you for spending your night here at the library. If you enjoyed this journey with the Velvet Scholar, please leave a gentle like on this video and subscribe to join us for our next late-night study. Let me know in the comments what historical mystery or quiet corner of the world you would like us to take you to next. But for now, let your eyes grow heavy. Listen to the steady rhythm of the waves. Sleep well, my friend. Sleep well.